Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Brothers and sisters, welcome to my channel and thank you for watching this video. The video reaction that I wanted to make today is about a reminder to each and every one of us, really. It has a deep spiritual significance. This topic has been mentioned in the Quran numerous times and even on the Prophet Muhammad's saying, teachings on us. And in spite of its importance, many people rarely actually remember it. And even if they do, they're usually not willing to reflect much about it. Because for some people, let's face it, it does cause a bit of discomfort. And that is what I wanted to achieve with this almost 10 minutes long video, really, given by the speaker, Speaker Khaled Yassin, who is an American preacher, an American scholar, a former Christian himself, who currently lives in Manchester, England. And I actually happened to see live some of his lectures when I attended a 3-day conference in Leicester, UK, many years ago, about 20 years ago. With this reaction video, I wanted to remind myself and you about the true meaning of life, which is ultimately death. So let us watch together.
The Quran says, you are busy piling up, calculating, developing your careers, your money, your occupation, your wealth, until you visit the graves. Think about it. When was the last time that you went to a funeral? Was it your mother? Was it your father? Was it your grandfather? Was it your uncle? Was it your cousin? Was it your friend? Was it your wife? Was it your husband? The last time that you visited the grave, when you went to a funeral and you saw that person whom you loved that was laughing, crying, live, boasting, wealthy, educated, denying, arrogant, whatever they were. What was the demeanor of the people when you walked in that funeral home? When that person was stretched out in their last suit? What was the demeanor? Were the people cracking jokes? Were they dancing? Were they clapping and singing songs? No. Silence. Melancholy, trauma. Why? Because every person that walked in that room, seeing that person stretched out, the first thing they thought about was not the person. The first thing they thought about was that one day this will be me. And then after you go to the funeral house, if you got the guts, if you're able to do so, you go to the grave. And now this is another scenario. And you say to yourself, is that it? I mean, 50, 60 years, scraping, struggling, scheming, lying, stealing, fornicating, jumping up and down, begging, working, and this is the end of it? I mean, is this what's going to happen to me? Are they going to be dropping me into a hole in the ground? A hole in the ground, the same hole that a cat digs after it defecates. Just a little deeper. But for the same reason. The cat digs a hole because the cat has dignity, something that human beings don't seem to have. Instinctively, the cat digs a little hole, covers it up. Humans have got to be taught to do that, but it's for the same reason. So you and I, we're going into a hole a little deeper than the one the cat dug. And all the people that's crying, pulling out their hair, screaming, almost acting like they falling in the thing with you. They want to just jump in there with you. Not really though, you know, it's all an act. Because ain't nobody really gonna jump in there and stay in there. They don't love you that much. And then after all the shoveling get done, and they fill it up, and the box, you can't even see the box no more, the coffin that cost $5,000. I don't know what did they burn somebody in a $5,000 coffin for? I mean, if I was a funeral director, after they left, I would dig them back up and put them in another box and take that box back.
This is so true. In some countries, the amount of cost that accumulates from the funeral services is tremendous. It's huge. And it shouldn't be that way, really. Let's just watch.
And honestly, I'm telling you, that's what they do. Yeah. So after all the money and all the drama, and they dig that hole and put you in there and cover you up. So it really means that after all this time, and the people walk away from that grave, it's over. What about that person in the grave? What's happening? Because you know and I know that death is almost like sleeping. Death is like sleeping. Your body is gone. Your body is dead. Your spirit is gone, but your consciousness is there. Yes, brothers and sisters, you and I are going to know when the people put us in that box and put us in the grave, we are going to know. Your spirit is gone. You can't shout. You can't call out. You can't say, don't leave me here. But you're going to be hearing and you're going to be seeing, because that's a different kind of consciousness. But you can't move. And in that grave, this is when the real trauma is going to begin. Because there's a reason for humans to go inside the grave. If the Creator wanted to, He could have caused us to live and then disappear into the atmosphere. But He didn't. He caused us to go into another womb called the tomb. You started out in the womb of your mother, and you wind up in the womb of the earth called the tomb. From the womb to the tomb. This is the whole trip.
Wow, brothers and sisters, subhanAllah, if I were to stop someone in the middle of the road and ask them, excuse me, if you've got 10 minutes of your time, I would probably show them this video and let them watch it, and then I'd probably ask a few questions, obviously, but it is like 10 minutes that only wise people would say, you know, yes, after watching it, you know, I actually think it's beneficial. It's a good reminder. Brothers and sisters, death after life is basically real. There is no escaping this stark reality. Everyone acknowledges that death happens to everyone. In fact, I'm not actually saying something new, really, to be honest. Every living being will face death, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Almighty in the Holy Book of the Quran mentions about 3-4 times that every single living human being will taste, will experience, will witness death. And you can fly to the moon, you can land on the planet Mars, but ultimately you're coming back to Earth and you will eventually die. The question is, are you or me or anybody ready? In fact, I wanted to take you through this 11th second here.
The Quran says, you are busy piling up, calculating, developing your careers, your money, your
So, exactly, and it's so like a wake-up call. Success is not having huge sums of money, a large family or a villa, Being successful in this world is not about having an impressive job title and luxury car and all that kind of thing. In fact, to be real successful in this world, you need to be able to be saved from the hellfire in the next world, in the akhirah, isn't it? And anything short of this is just a mere deception, a reminder, brothers and sisters. Indeed, imagine yourself the moment of leaving from this life, from this world, departing, okay? What would go in your head in those moments? Because as we know, no one has a contract with Allah to how long we're going to live, whether young or old. So imagine that moment. What crosses your mind? Memories, families, friends, panic, joy, maybe, regret, remembrance of Allah. Being an Albanian national, I often think about this death, to be honest, especially now that I've crossed my 40s. I've been to a number of funerals in my life, and I do like the hadith when Prophet Muhammad often said, remember what causes the reflection of your life, which is death. And it's true reality that patiently waits for us, and unfortunately the majority of us are chasing worldly things, chasing dunya. So that is the end of this reaction video, brothers and sisters. I really hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope you were reminded, just like I was, of the actions that we do in our lives, and inshallah, may Allah make us good believers. Nobody is perfect. Please write a comment down below. It would be nice to read some of your thoughts, and tell me what you think, especially the ones who are not so young, obviously, but old age. May Allah grant us rahmah. May Allah make us, our graves, be gardens of paradise. Make it easy for us on the day of burial, and make it easy for us on the day that angels ask us those questions. Ya Allah, forgive us for the sins we are aware of and the sins that we do not know, the sins that we have done and the things that we will do in the future, because we are wrongdoers, Ya Allah. May Allah bless you all. Thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
كن سعيدا كن فريدا عش بفخر في الحياة بالتحدي لا سوى